Hello and welcome to the physics topic waves, lesson 4, how do we see? So this picture shows light being shone into a person's eye. We are able to see because light will reflect off dull objects into our eyes and that illuminates them for us. To have a bit of a better understanding of it, you need to know about the structure of the eye. You'll learn about this in a lot more detail at Key Stage 4 biology, so we're going to cover a few of the basics today. So firstly, the lens looks like a mint imperial, rounded and curved on the outside. Lenses can be two different types. They can be convex or concave. The lenses in our eyes are convex, and that means that when the light rays pass through them, they move together and move closer to one another. Whereas the opposite happens in a concave lens. So when the light passes through the lens, it bends. We talked about in the previous lesson refraction. So it's the same principle when it's passing through this lens, the light is refracted. Like I already mentioned, that lens is convex. What it does is it focuses the light at a certain point. That point will vary depending on the distance of the object from the eye and the lens, but it will focus it. Next bit is the cornea. The cornea is transparent. Again, it has a shape convex like the lens, and the cornea is responsible for the focusing of the light. Then we're going to look at the back of the eye. The back of the eye is covered with photosynthetic cells, and it's the back of the eye on the retina where the image is formed. It's also down from the retina is the optic nerve as well, so you can see that just here, that's the optic nerve. And then the other part I need you to know about is the iris. So you can see there's two of these. I've just drawn an arrow to one, but the iris controls how much light enters the eye. The iris is also coloured. It's what can give your eyes the colour. So you need to be able to label the structure of an eye with at least those four parts, and you also need to be able to say what each part does. Light waves carry energy. So now the retina is known as this. It's known as an absorber because it absorbs that light energy. So the energy is transferred when the light hits the retina, and it's the same for all absorbers. These messages are sent via the optic nerve, which was the part I pointed out earlier. So you've got the retina there, that's the absorber. So it is transferring the light energy, and once it's got it, electrical and chemical messages are then transferred. That is going to enable you to form an image. Now, there are other absorbers that you need to be aware of. You've got absorbers in a digital camera. Okay, as well as knowing the structure of the eye, it's important that you know about pinhole cameras. This image is of an old-fashioned one. You might actually make them in school or have had them made and then be given cardboard ones to use and test out so you can see what's going on with a pinhole camera. The principle behind it is that it works, part of it works in the same way as part of your eye. It's a very, very simple camera. So there is a hole where you can see where the red arrow is pointing in the camera. At the back, where there is a big, thick, white vertical line, that's quite often transparent film at the back where an image is formed upon. Only one light ray from each point of the candle goes through the hole. So the image that's then seen is inverted, okay? And that's because those rays of light cross over. So it's been flipped, it's usually flipped vertically and horizontally as those rays cross over. You need to know what happens with the rays, where the rays come from, and the fact that they don't come from lots of different points on the object, that it's from 2 points, and the fact that the ray of light cross over, which inverts and flips the image. And it's as we said, it's a very, very simple camera, and the point of it is based on the fact that light is travelling in straight lines. Okay, so you've looked at the structure of the eye. We've looked at energy being transferred, light energy being transferred, and we've also looked at how the pinhole camera works. That's the end of this set of lessons for the waves topic. There's another unit to follow on from here looking at sound waves, but before you go on to that, you need to finish this off, have a go at the worksheet, rewatch this lesson if necessary,